Hi everybody and welcome back. Thank you so much to everybody that's been so kind as to comment on excuse me on my new content and subscribe. So that's really cool of you. I'm still kind of just scratching the surface of doing the videos with books, so I appreciate that. And I drink tea, so I love tea. So last weekend I went to visit a good friend of mine in Gloucester, which obviously meant new charity shops. So I got to pick up some books. They weren't actually on my list. One of them was, but they weren't on my list. And my friend actually also gave me a couple of books. So I'm going to start with those. So she had bought and read Do Not Disturb by Claire Douglas. Be careful who you let inside. So, after what happened in London, Kirsty needs a fresh start with her family, and running a guest house in the Welsh Mountains sounds idyllic. And then we go from there. So it looks like someone from Kirsty's past pops in to see her, and yeah. So don't want to give too much away, and I don't want to just read off the back of the book because that could bore you. So, and here we have a chilling reminder that sometimes home is where the hurt is. And that's by Cara Hunter, Close to Home, author. So I haven't started it. But my friend did enjoy it. So that one. She also gave me Michael Connolly, City of Bones. Oh, there he is. He's on the back. When the bones of a 12-year-old boy are found scattered in the Hollywood Hills, Harry Bosch is drawn into a case that recalls the darkest memories from his own haunted past. And apparently it's one of his best books. And yeah, so The Truth Lies with the Dead. She quite enjoyed this one as well. So I'm looking forward to giving it a go. This is the kind of text you're getting. I don't know if that's easy readable. So yeah. Again, it's not something that I would have chosen to buy for myself, but I am intrigued that my friend decided to read it and give it to me. It is apparently number 8 in the Harry Bosch series, so that's always awkward, but there we go. And she also gave me Kitty Neal, A Daughter's Courage. When Dorothy meets Robbie, she falls for him quickly, and it's not long before the pair are engaged, but then an unexpected pregnancy puts everything at risk, and Dorothy is left alone with Robbie nowhere to be found. So I have read or tried to read a couple of books like this. You've got my mother reads things like this. It's based in Battersea in London, and I do like these kind of books. My first introduction to similar vein was A Long Dark Summer by Pamela Oldfield. It is one of my favourite books, and I will mention that in another video that I intend to do. But again, not something that I overtly would choose to pick up, but it reminds me, or not reminds me, I think maybe it's not quite the same, but Josephine Cox. I've got Josephine Cox. Again, I'll share that in another video. It's heartbreaking, and I don't like to read heartbreak too much in books. But there you go, A Daughter's Courage. And now onto the books that I purchased. So I bought 2312 2312 by Kim Stanley Robinson, Visionary Brilliance. So the year is 2312. Scientific and technological advances have opened gateways to an extraordinary future. Earth is no longer humanity's only home. So I read the back of this, and it also had Ian M. Banks' intellectually engaged and intensely humane. So it's like, oh, if Ian Banks had said that. So I picked it up. I have had a flick because I debated whether or not if it was going to be the next one I read, because my September 2BR or my October 2BR or whatever list. That's the problem when you buy new books. But I've started to have a flick through, and it's interesting. It doesn't read how I would expect a book to read. So we have like chapters called extracts, and then I guess it gives information on lists, So I'm interested because it doesn't read how I would expect it to read. So what I mean by extracts, let me just quickly grab that. So extracts 2. To simplify history would be to distort reality. By the early 20th century, there was too much going on to be either seen or understood. So I'm not entirely sure where the extracts are coming from, but I'm not opposed to trying something different. So there we go. The next book I bought was on my radar was Ender's Game. Ender Wiggin is Battle School's latest recruit. His teachers reckon he could become a great leader, and they need one. So aliens are heading to Earth. Do love me some aliens. This is Orson Scott Card. I don't know if it's a good book, if it's been well received, but for 99p it is in spectacular condition. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. I think the subject matter is something that I'm really interested in, and it reminded me of, just from reading the back obviously, it reminded me of Ready Player One, which I loved. So Ender's Game. And then next is probably one of the biggest books I've ever bought. And it's heavy. So Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, or Norrell. So the year is 1806. England is a really long word I can't pronounce, sorry, by the long war with Napoleon, and centuries have passed since practical magicians faded into the nation's past. So we've got books about magicians by the sounds of it. Yeah. The back does sound very good. We meet Norrell and Jonathan Strange, and they seem to clash, and they don't seem to worry too much about what their clashing does to the world. And again, it had some really good reviews, like on the inside, and it's also illustrated. And the illustrations are by Portia Rosenberg, and the author is Susanna Clark. And it's over 1,000 pages long. And I just whacked the laptop, sorry. Yeah. Oh, I can't even get the right page. Come on. Yeah, I think we're ending on like 1,006. 1,006 pages. So not something I'm going to be able to comfortably read in the bath or take to work with me. It's just a bit too heavy. But there you go, 99p, and for such a massive book. I mean, to buy new, it was $7.99. So, and then the next two books that I will quickly go over. This book I already have, but my friend's husband had this on their dining room table, and I was like, "Are you reading that?" And he's like, "It's not really for me." I said, "Well, when you try again, you're not really feeling it." I said, "Can I have it?" I said, "I really want the copy," and he was like, "Oh, you can take it." Ooh, June by Frank Herbert. That cover is everything. So it's proper battered, but that I had to have it for the cover. And not only that, right, it was a Sutton High School Plymouth. The prize is awarded to Stephen Moore for Form Prize for Achievement in March 1985. This was awarded to someone as a gift 2 years before I was born. I think that's just fantastic. And it is proper, no, I don't mean to be rude, but it's a proper rancid copy. It is yellow, it is spotty. Not mouldy, actually, just very spotty. And yeah, I really love mouldy, yellow, rancid kind of books. Don't like mouldy smelling books. But there you go. So I won't bang on about it because I love June. And then the next one was one I picked up in a village kind of hall / shop. It was like, you borrow the book and then you take it back. I would have to read it and then send it back. But so it was The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell. And I picked this up to read, actually. When did I pick it up? What day is it? It's Saturday. So Thursday night I picked this up to read, and I've almost finished it. I tried to go to bed last night to finish it, but I couldn't actually see. So, newly married, newly widowed, Elise is sent to see out her pregnancy at her late husband's crumbling country estate, The Bridge. With her new servants resentful and the local villagers actively hostile, she only has her husband's awkward cousin for company, or so she thinks. I love this book. Like I said, I've almost finished it and I am absolutely loving it. The best way for me to describe it is It is an old Gothic ghost story with today's English, which you know, I'm not adverse to trying to read older English. You know, The Turn of the Screw, Shakespeare, darling, everyone loves Shakespeare. You know, I can, you know, slog my way through, but sometimes you just want a book that's easier to read but still gives you the chills, and this certainly gives me the chills. I am a huge ghost story lover. I love horror films, so I'm always trying to find a book that kind of gives me that creeping feeling that I get when I watch horror, which the medium is different, so I don't know the medium is different, so I don't know whether or not you'll really ever get that, but this has certainly left me feeling creeped. And it's such a page turner, and after I finish making the videos, I fully intend to go off and finish reading it. So that's The Silent Companions. So that was my haul from Gloucestershire, or Gloucester more specifically. So there we go, which obviously just keeps bumping books up and down my list. The struggle is real. But thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll be about again real soon. Thank you so much, everyone.